Thank you for joining us today at JewishTV.media. Today the topic we're going to discuss is missionaries, and specifically about missionaries who are targeting the Jewish people for conversion. Many people wonder, what is the inspiration, the motivation behind these missionaries? Why is it that they come to the Jewish people and try to convert us? Aren't there so many other non-believing human beings for them to target? So in order to understand this, we first have to understand who are these missionaries? Who are the ones that come to the Jewish community and focus on converting the Jewish people? We need to understand that the Christian world has over 2 billion adherents. And of those 2 billion, many of them have no interest whatsoever in converting the Jewish people. So if we look, for example, to the Catholics, which are about 1 billion of Christians, they, for the most part today, have no organized mission to convert Jews to Christianity. And so what we're really left with is the Protestant world of Christians, which can be divided into 2 camps: the more liberal groups, and then you have the Protestant, evangelical, born again, or sometimes known as fundamentalist Christians. And it's this group of Christians who are behind most of the attempts to convert Jews to Christianity. And so here we get to the question of what motivates these people to convert Jewish people. We need to appreciate that these people not only have on their agenda the conversion of Jewish people to Christianity, but rather they have at the top of their agenda the conversion of humanity, the entire world, to a belief in Christianity and a faith in Jesus. And the question we need to understand is why? Why this obsession? These people view the world basically in 2 camps: those who are saved and those who are lost, those who believe and those who don't believe. And based on their understanding of the New Testament, they understand that those who have put their faith in Jesus will inherit eternal life and will be saved from hell, whereas those who do not put their faith in Jesus will perish. This is based on some verses in the New Testament. For example, John chapter 3 verse 16, "For God so loved the world that whoever might believe in him shall not perish but have eternal life." And it's verses like that that tell these Christians, inform these Christians, that in order to save you from hell, one must put their belief and trust in Jesus. But then why the Jewish people? Well, so there are a few reasons that we could consider. One of the reasons we could consider is when you read through the Bible, the Christian Bible, the first 2/3 at least are the Jewish scriptures that they share in common with us, that you have from Genesis through the 2nd book of Chronicles and the Jewish scriptures, or in the Christian Bible it would be from Genesis through Malachi, which basically is a story about the Jewish people, about Abraham, about Isaac, about Jacob and their children, the descent of the Jewish people into Egypt, their exodus from Egypt, Sinai revelation, and so on. And it's really a story about Jews. And so we see from the Jewish scriptures themselves that God himself points to something unique about the Jewish people. And that in itself directs these Christians to give a special attention to Jews. When you take it a step further and you read in the New Testament, it's really a continuation of a story about Jews. Jesus himself was Jewish, all his disciples were Jewish, and Jesus himself during his life ministry told his disciples not to go to the Samaritans, but rather that he had come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So we see clearly that based on an understanding of the Jewish scriptures and the New Testament, there's a special focus on the Jewish people. And that is part of the motivation of these Christians to target the Jewish people for conversion. They do it out of a sense of love, a sense of compassion, and a sense of feeling a burden to save Jewish people from burning in hell forever. Perhaps later we'll discuss as to why they believe that we will burn and what Judaism has to say about it. Thank you for joining us today at jewishtv.media.
jewishtv.media